Well, hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for your patience as we waited to get a few more people launched into this webinar. Thank you also for your patience for joining us on this unexpected second round of our Ulisse Compact HD product launch today. We were pretty excited about the great responses we had for the first session, that we had a number of people this morning try to log in and our seats were full. So we're glad you were able to step in, as I said, for round two as we kick off Videotech's Wednesday webinar series. My name is Maureen Carlo. I cover outside sales and business development for Videotech in the U.S. market, and I am joined today by my colleague Michael Bedard, who handles our technical and sales support. Hi, Mike.
Hello.
And on your end, attending us this afternoon, we are working with distributors, we have manufacturers reps joining us, we have systems integrators joining us, and we are very happy that all of you took the time to meet with us. Our Wednesday webinar series is something new that we are offering in the U.S. market. We are going to offer this throughout the summer. It will be on the last Wednesday of every month throughout the season. Our purpose of this series is to provide a forum, like we're doing today, to introduce new products and also to explore vertical markets. We work very closely in niche products and with specialty projects, and we know these are the kinds of things that you're working on and you're looking for solutions for. So we're trying to offer value to you to help you help your customers find the solutions for their special needs. And if you're not that familiar with Videotech yet, we have been in the U.S. for about 5 years, but we have actually been creating manufacturing CCTV equipment since 1986. We are headquartered in Italy. Michael and I are coming to you live today from our U.S. branch in Plattsburgh, New York. We also have branches in Hong Kong as well as in France, and we have global representation with applications launched worldwide, and we're very excited to expand the U.S. and Canadian, actually the North American markets. Right here at our office in Plattsburgh, we do sales and technical support, as well as warehousing and distribution throughout the Americas. So we handle a lot right from here, while we also work closely with our colleagues in Italy. Our goal is to solidify our commitment to this emerging market and continue to offer innovation and exceptional commitment to you, your customers, and the special projects that you are working on. So I'm going to move forward, just give you an overview of today's presentation. We would like to make this as interactive as possible. There are a number of you on the webinar, and Mike is watching very closely to see if anybody has any questions to ask. We would like you to ask them when you have them. We will have time at the end of the presentation for questions, but if there's anything you want to ask as we're going through the presentation, Mike, do you want to let people know how they can ask questions now, please?
We'll be taking questions via the chat while the presentation is ongoing. You can just type in your questions there, and while Maureen is giving a presentation, I will answer to the best of my abilities. Any question I can't answer, we'll follow up at the end of the day with an email, if possible. When the presentation is complete, there'll be a Q&A session for you as well, if you prefer to communicate verbally. So with no further ado, I'll turn it over to Maureen.
Okay. So let's move on to today's focus. Our rugged outdoor PTZ is now in full HD. The Ulisse Compact HD is the newest member of Videotech's very successful Ulisse line of integrated positioning units. We recently introduced this camera at ISC West. I think several of you who are on the call today were able to join us at our booth and see this in action. We've seen a few of you exhibiting at some shows as well, or in your offices recently, where we brought the Ulisse Compact HD to demo. And we're really excited you were able to take the time today to come in and get some more details about this product as we launch it into the Ulisse family. We're also excited that this week we have deployed our first 5 units of the Ulisse Compact HD in the United States. We have a brand new customer in Motorola. They are based out of Chicago, and they are working on some pretty cool applications that I will talk about later, but they were just able to go live this week with the UCHD. So hopefully by the time you hear about us again, we'll have some great pictures that we can show you of their deployments and more information about how successfully this is working out for them. So let's move into some information about the cameras itself. Why HD? HD resolution offers more details to be captured within a scene. HD cameras cover larger areas without resolution loss. They offer maximum color fidelity and better image quality. What you're looking at here is a comparison of our new Ulisse Compact HD and its predecessor, the Ulisse Compact SD. This gives you pretty good analogy of what you're going to see moving into the HD version. This past winter, we were in Italy at our headquarters for a global sales meeting, and we put somebody on the spot and asked if we could see this camera, the Ulisse Compact HD, while it was still in beta testing. And we wanted to do a side-by-side comparison ourselves. And we took the camera, we looked into the mountains several kilometers away, and this is going to show you just a picture I took with my iPhone, giving a great side-by-side comparison of the SD model and the new Ulisse Compact HD. One of my favorite stories about this, I'm sure you'll all be laughing, though I can't hear you. When we were at ISC West this year, we had one of our customers visiting the booth, and he saw this camera in action, and he saw the comparison, and he commented that even at Videotech, we can bring you closer to God. Insert your laugh here. So moving forward with some descriptions about the camera itself. The Ulisse Compact HD delivers broadcast picture quality. It features H.264 or MJPEG compression, and depending upon your configuration, can offer 2 concurrent video streams in Full HD or 4 independent streams. So why choose the Ulisse Compact HD? Because when you need to accurately identify specific details of a scene in low light situations and in challenging environmental conditions, Ulisse Compact HD offers reliability, it offers flexibility, and it offers affordability. Our illuminator is always aligned with the camera. This situation provides great image quality in low light environments. We offer illuminators in 850 nanometers, or for a fully covert sensitive application, we also have 940 nanometers. This is more commonly used in a military or a transportation application. We do as well offer white light for additional deterrence. To activate night mode, you can do this a few ways. You can do it manually. You can also do it through an external contact via photocell or alarm, or even through syncing the IR with the day-night camera switch. The Ulisse Compact HD offers great advantages over domes in outdoor areas, especially through the integrated LED illuminators and the addition of wipers and washer tanks. The wiper is ideal for city monitoring and transportation applications. The wiper and washer can be set up through a single macro function. You configure a preset by pointing the camera toward a washer nozzle. Then you configure the wash and the wipe settings, and very easily functioning through certain keyboards and web interface applications. Washer kits are available with different capacities and also different delivery types. Another advantage over domes is when cleaning must be done manually on the camera. I'm going to show you a situation as we move forward in the slides where a local municipality was saving lots of money after purchasing this camera with integrated wipers and washers. Pretty neat application. Also, domes tend to scratch easier than the mineral glass does in the window of the Ulisse Compact. So some great advantages over your typical dome application. So how's everybody doing? Does anybody have any questions right now? Mike's ready to answer you. If you've got something, feel free to go ahead and shoot something over in the chat, and we will answer that if we can. Otherwise, I will continue back to the camera. Our Ulisse Compact HD offers continuous 360-degree rotation with a minimum speed of 0.1 degrees per second and a maximum speed of 200 degrees per second. The motor speed is obviously proportional to the zoom, but even when we have this 360-degree rotation going, the camera does offer a 3-year warranty on all moving parts. The motors work together for quick preset positioning with absolute accuracy of 0.05 degrees. And the available settings for this are auto pan, patrol, and pattern sequences. If you look at the angle of the camera itself right now, you'll see another advantage of the Ulisse Compact HD, and that is its ability to look above the horizon. You can move this camera up 90 degrees, you can move the camera down 90 degrees, and ideally, if you have it mounted at the top of a pole, that installation will offer you virtually no blind spots whatsoever from this camera. We have situations where it's been deployed in, on fire trucks, and dispatch is actually looking above the horizon in a dangerous situation before sending a fireman into the building. It's a great safety feature. It's a wonderful selling point for companies who are involved in public safety, and it's actually one of the things that Motorola is trying to do with their new application. They actually have 5 new command vehicles that will be located throughout the city of Chicago, and they have taken these cameras and mounted them on a mast that is on their command vehicles. Sometimes they'll be still, sometimes they'll be moving about 60 miles per hour, and this very robust, very rugged PPP camera, which they have integrated with Genetec VMS, is a solution that they just didn't even think they were going to find. They're very excited about it, as are we. On just Profile F, Videotech has tested this protocol, which ensures maximum integration with third-party systems. We've tested it with a number of VMS solutions. We do have full compatibility details that I will provide you upon request. I'll give you my email address at the end of this presentation, and if you'd like to see the compatibility chart of the testing that we did, just shoot me a note, and I'll get that to you as soon as possible. We are proud that we are part of the ONVIP committee for PPP cameras, and our colleague Ottavio in Italy is actually part of the development committee as well. Some of you had an opportunity to meet him while he worked at the ONVIP booth at ISC West this year, and we're happy to make an introduction. If you have any questions for him, we can connect you with him as well. And through his involvement on the development committee, we're excited that with future launches of new profiles, which actually we're expecting later this year, our product will be fully integrated upon product release. So that's great news. We are very on top of things with our R&D and innovation teams in Italy. Okay, still ready for questions? Everybody doing okay? Feel free to ask away. Don't worry about interrupting us. Okay, let's talk about environmental conditions. We work in Plattsburgh, New York. The environmental conditions are crazy. The weather here is ridiculous throughout the winter season. If anybody wants to come and see this camera in action, we welcome you gladly to our office for a tour. And you can see our warehouse, you can see these cameras mounted outside, and you can see how well they perform in the winter months. Or if you don't feel like coming in the winter, also shoot me a message and I'll give you some login information to our Milestone VMS where you can get online and you can actually see how these cameras perform in extreme conditions right here out of our office. IP66 rating for the UCHD. We offer outdoor continuous use with virtually zero maintenance. We have just received UL certification for the UCHD. When you select the 120 VAC model, it actually requires no further power supply. though we do offer power supplies if needed. We are also CE certified. Let's talk about wind resistance. When the camera is operational, we have wind resistance up to 99 miles per hour. And when stationary, we offer resistance up to 130 miles per hour. These cameras are built to manage very complex outdoor conditions and are built to withstand difficult environment and weather conditions. We have many applications that prove this. I'm going to be showing you some slides as we proceed with some of these locations and applications that I'm telling you about. Okay. So, what are some of the most successful vertical markets for the Ulisse Compact HD? Traffic control and highway monitoring is a very big one. Some of the projects that I'm going to tell you about right now don't have the latest release of the Ulisse Compact HD, but it does involve the Ulisse Compact SD, its predecessor. Last year in Moscow, we sold a project, it was a very large project in 2013, for monitoring intersections throughout the city of Moscow. The city actually purchased 2,500 Ulisse Compacts from us, and they were able to, with such efficient and effective deployment procedures, they were able to set up 150 of these in 1,500 of these in one single deployment. They are using wipers and washer tanks. They are really covering the city. They have just moved forward with the purchase of an additional 25 Ulisse Compact HD units that are going to be located right in the red square. So there's a great instance of monitoring in very extreme environmental conditions as well. We're covering highways in Canada. We are covering highways in Brazil. Both of these countries offer very challenging climate and environmental conditions. They offer very different environmental and climate conditions as well. So that's a good example of showing you the variety of climates and locations that we can withstand temperature issues and live up to the robustness of these cameras. We're also using them for temporary deployments. We have them on mobile job site trailers, and we have them in stadiums. So for a situation where you have to cover a very wide area, such as in the stadiums in Poland and Ukraine that housed the Euro Cup soccer championship last year, these cameras had a great advantage because they were able to, using the above-the-horizon feature and functionality, they were able to offer visual verification during the game and after the game. There were some, you know how those European football games go. They offer some shenanigans, the hooligans that go in there and get a little crazy. So having the above-the-horizon ability for verification was really effective for these guys. Do you have any questions right now? I'm going to move on then. Okay, we have some units as well monitoring critical infrastructure. We are covering nuclear power plants and utility company substations. We are covering seaports, airports, and borders. In some situations, we are using Videotech's own Albert Analytics to help monitor perimeters and large spaces, such as at the Wharton British Aerospace Engineering Base. They are building Eurofighters and unmanned drones, and analytics is a great application with our cameras for this situation. We also work with several third-party analytics. We have, using, for instance, SiteLogic, based out of the States. We have some analytics deployed with our Ulisse Compact cameras in large refineries and substations statewide. And overseas, we are using third-party analytics to cover solar farms as well. We take pride in offering a reliable solution, a robust solution, and a very accurate solution. And we take pride in doing this in very extreme environments. So as you see here, some of the environments include Jordan, where you have a very hot climate. You move into Ontario, where it's a very cold climate, and even in Ontario, where we have a mining situation, and it's an extremely challenging climate to maintain underground. We are also covering areas of Vancouver, British Columbia, again talking about the cold climate. In Malaysia, we have a combination of heat and humidity that has to be maintained with our camera. And in Ottawa, I'm going to go back to the application I told you about earlier, where we have, if you look at the lower right image on the screen, we have these cameras located throughout a highway where before these cameras with integrated wipers and washers were installed, the MTO was actually under a service contract. Each camera had a contract for $5,000, where throughout the year, trucks would come, they would block off part of the road, part of the highway, which is a very big deal. They would bring in a bucket truck, they would get up high, and they would clean the glass. That was not inefficient, that was very expensive, and it was also very dangerous with them working so close to the roadside with such high-speed vehicles going beside them. Other applications. In Liverpool, we have a port that is being covered with our Ulisse Compact camera. A port application also segues into one of our upcoming webinars that will have a marine focus, so we can introduce to you our stainless steel line. Hope you can join that. Look for the invitation to that webinar. Then in Abu Dhabi, we have a rapid deployment. This is in an area where it's not only hot, but it's very dusty. So to be able to withstand those environmental conditions, the Ulisse Compact, very robust, very rugged camera was a great fit for that solution. Then I'm actually going to show you a clip in our next slide of this area in Italy where there is traffic monitoring. We are actually going to show you a clip of, this is a pre-launch clip of our Ulisse Compact HD. It was still in the R&D stages, but it was during a very rare, very sunny day this past winter in Italy at our headquarters. We had, actually I'm going to go ahead and start playing this. We had a camera mounted on the rooftop of our headquarters, and we'll keep watching as we proceed. I'll give you some dimensions. What we're looking at right now, this gas station, is about 820 feet away from the rooftop where the camera was located. So keep watching, and I'll fill you in with some more details at the end. You've seen a couple of situations where we were looking fairly close, looking at a license plate, looking at the gas station. We're going to head into the mountains right now, add some distance to the situation. We're looking at about 6.5 miles into the mountains. So there you go, the Ulisse Compact HD in action. What I want to do now is just open this up. We're going to turn on the live audio portion right here.
All you have to do is uncheck the mute button next to your name if you wish to speak. I had everybody muted during the presentation, but feel free to unmute yourself. And as we proceed, just to let you know, we do work through distribution channels. We have recently become a vendor member of PSA. We're real excited to be a part of them. We also work with Triad, with Anixter, and with some more regional distribution channels, so depending upon where you are
If you want to know where to get pricing and availability for these cameras, please reach out to me and I can hook you up with that. Anybody going to step up with a question? Oh, you're welcome, Jason. We have a couple questions coming in on our own. Okay, so as you can see on the screen here, we are just showcasing what our upcoming webinars are. We, as I mentioned, will be shooting out some more e-blasts. Don't want to bombard you with these, but we want to make sure everybody knows what we have going on. The registration currently is done on our website, and if you want to reach out to me directly, if you're interested in attending all 3 of these or a couple of them, I can sign you up in advance. I'm just going to give you my contact information. My contact information is right here. Do you have a question coming in?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to let Mike take over with the question here.
For the information, for the milestone demo information, please either contact Maureen or myself, Mike, at videotech.com, and I will forward you all the connection information. There is a web viewer. There's also an application that works on Apple and Android phones. Or if you already have Milestone installed, all you have to do is use your current smart client and connect. We have a variety of different cameras connected here at the office, and feel free to use them and share the information with anybody you would like.
Great. Thanks for the question, Chris. We appreciate that. Anybody else has anything? You're welcome to hop off right now. We're going to wrap up. I just want to thank all of you for spending your time with us today. We're really grateful that you were able to accommodate this last-minute 2 p.m. time slot for our webinar, and we hope that you're able to spend some more time with us with our additional webinars as the summit proceeds. So if you want to take off, feel free. Otherwise, Mike and I are going to stick around a little while longer if you have any applications you want to discuss or any more questions that you have. But in the meantime, we're really glad you joined us, and we hope you have a great day. Ciao.